walking in front of myself. Silent Hill PT. They are making a Konami had nothing to do with that, so technically they could get Hideo Kojima back on that, but they're not. They are making, the team that was making it besides Hideo, though, are doing a spiritual successor called Alice in the Road. It looks like it might be, it's really creepy. Yeah. I don't know. I think Allison Road might be scarier. If you look at, you should really look up, Allison Road prototype gameplay. Look it up. And, that is just really horrifying. It was a thing in PT where if you failed to complete the game the proper way, you spawn back in the beginning room. But the corner of the beginning room is illuminated, and there's a brown paper sack sitting there that's damp at the bottom, like there's something bloody inside of it. And if you go up, it was then that I saw it. Me, walking in front of myself. Watch out. The gap in the door. It's an alternate reality. I'm the only me. Are you sure you're the only you? I freaking love that. I knew it was about to get creepy the moment that happened. I did the blackest thing ever in that. All of a sudden, don't touch that dial now. We're just getting started. Turn around. Look behind you. I said, look behind you. Still staring at the radio. Straight sideways to the exit. I wish Ignis's hair stayed like this through the game. Oh. Oh. If I could teleport, I would. You live close enough. Sean said he don't care about what's on it. He's in Michigan. Like literally right on the corner. Montreal? Oh. Mm. He said he doesn't care. He knows the location of a PlayStation that has PT. As I remember the friggin' thing I did in the No Heroes RP when you said artillery. Uh, all hell broke loose in like a military camp, and my character was just like a military scientist, but he had like hardwired his body with chemicals and like other kinds of bioengineered like augments to where he basically He basically could take anything and was like super strong and super fast, but he absolutely could not feel anything cognitively. Like his face was always completely blank, and like his body wouldn't let chemicals fluctuate through his brain in a way that created emotions or anything. So no matter what he was doing it with a straight face on, non-blinking and everything. And when all hell broke loose, he ran through, grabbed a tank shell off of like a rack where they were loading it at, and jumped through the air and just slammed it down on top of somebody with enough velocity to make it detonate. And he like the whole time he soared through the air, he was just blank faced.
Should he stand still? I ask you to stand by him and let
Oh, that's Noctis' dad.
friend
God, he's young.
and as his brother.
Look at me, Noctis.
Take care of my son.
Look at Ignis looking at Noctis. Looking at Noctis. I don't care what this bitch. Fuck this bitch. Introducing me to this bitch.
I'm afraid
Right?
I must ask your forgiveness.
God, does it take place right during this? Goodness gracious, it jumps off right at this part. Isn't it amazing when you think about the fact and just the only summon he used was Titan? And then you turn around and think about the fact that Cloud does the same thing and it was actually successful and a lot quicker.
Look out!
Right. I'm telling you, when Allison Road comes out, from the stuff that I've seen, I might have to give it the Outlast 2 treatment. Yep. Not play it. Because it's absolutely horrifying. I don't know if I want to put myself through that. I most certainly will watch. This is one of those games that I have to play with like 2 people in the room.
Just a touch higher.
The memory will fall asleep on everything. Anya is my ex-fiance.
Pronto!
Iggy, I thought you were a goner.
It'll take more than a little sabotage. I'm more worried about Noct. I'll find a way to the altar, but I need you to keep the enemy distracted.
You got it.
I need a better vantage point.
Yeah, that thunderstorm had you shook. It was, yeah, I'm about to say, he doesn't do thunderstorms, and that was a very gnarly thunderstorm. Ha ha! I have the glasses adjustment emote on point. I like that. He can adjust his glasses whenever he wants to. This is my DLC.
Got eyes everywhere.
God,
Easy.
it has been a minute since I played this game. He really doesn't do thunderstorms. Oh, they're perfectly fine. I don't think you've seen me like fully immersed in a game like that yet. What? What does Jared have to do with anything? Yeah, he thought you were talking about him. No. Got Jared on the brain? Secret little chemistry going on there? I felt the glare. Jeremiah, why can't I quit you? Mm. That'd be hilarious to see his reaction.
They just keep coming. It's over!
Right? That would be great. That man Ignis being so resourceful. Fucking Titan. He's taking his time and punching the ships like one by one, but I'm pretty sure Titan could just swipe all that crap down with one swipe. There's a real lot of Titan comics like Kratos. Okay.
Attention, all units. The Hydrian has fallen to the...
Why would I take down... I hate when I'm not left to do things of my own volition. It doesn't make any sense for me to take all of them down when I can go to all these other untaken districts and get the foothold on it. Take the Empire straight to the given area for the fluctuating power paths of capital offering. Okay. Oh my. I really hated these things. That was the thing that pissed me off in the original game. The fact that these dang Magitech troopers can just hit through stuff. Like, I'm getting hit, and I'm like, how am I getting hit when I'm destroying them right now?
And I need to get to the altar before that happens.
You could try crossing the eastern breach, if it's still standing.
Here's to hoping. Heading that way now. Wish me luck.
Fingers crossed.
Madam Secretary, come in.
What now?
Pick it up.
Need your help. I feel
God, I hate that X is the button for that.
I visit the entire city of Altisha, in case you haven't taken a look around.
Picking up items.
Girlfriend are probably long gone.
No. I made a promise to keep him safe. A promise I intend to keep.
How noble. I'll see what my men can do, but I won't promise anything.
God, I know hookshot is L2. Why didn't I make
Do you
it?
copy?
Loud and clear.
What's your status?
As far as not letting me.
Understood.
Do I have to get back up on the building?
Pronto? Pronto! Do you copy?
No, still on me. Maybe I have to go to that building. Oh, this camera angle. I didn't even press the attack button. I pressed L2. Shit. I can't get on that. Okay. Anything down here while I'm at it? Fall damage, really? Are we? Have we not gotten past that? Oh my goodness! I forgot how infuriating the X button being the interact button was. Goodness gracious! Why are all these parts down here? Wait, can Ignis swim? Okay, cool. That makes sense. Right? No. Exactly. 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 Mechanics that should have been there in the first place. That's exactly what they did. They rushed to put it out because the hype for other games coming out was hitting that point in the season, and they just rushed it out and said, hey, we'll just add stuff later and just get it out for the hype right now so we can make the sales. I freaking hate that crap. That's why they fired Hideo Kojima from Konami, because he actually wanted to take his time to work on his game and put it out. They completely and utterly annihilate games by doing that. Hideo could have made that game so much more if he was given time. And then they fired him for it. Fired him for wanting to be ambitious and work on his project and work on other projects. Like, that's... Exactly, like, Metal Gear was the saving grace of Konami. Nope. And that was the only other thing they had, and it was nowhere, it paled in comparison to Metal Gear's popularity. Castlevania was a decent game, but it was definitely not going to save their company.
Yeah.
Why are you attacking? I didn't even press the attack button. Oh, Final Fantasy. I never played any of them, so... The only Castlevania I played was on Nintendo 64. It was an amazing game on Nintendo 64, and I didn't want to play any other game that could possibly ruin my opinion of it. This went from trying to get on that bridge to being a grocery ride. I'll get back to... I'm not going to act like I didn't see that. I'm going to get back to getting on that bridge now. But I can grab this from that range. Okay. Okay, I understand. Who's aiming at me? You don't want these problems. Ah! Oh, Ignis. Telling the Magitech guards to cease this like they have souls. Because you're Dark Jet? That's a good reason. I dog it. Might be differences in physiology. God dog it. Motherfucker. Let's be clear, you ain't about to whoop my ass with a friggin' flag in your hand. Grab it, grab it, grab it. I didn't want to grab that, but thank you, Final Fantasy. The greed in me wants to go for that item. Not that greed, although I did RP that greed for a while. Oh, Final Fantasy. I love the fact that you made this whole attack thing with Ignis and everything, but you chose a hell... Final Fantasy, Final Fantasy. You chose the wrong environment to do this in. Yes. All tissue during the war, because it's like all of Ignis's moves consist of all this dancing around and like teleportation and stuff like that. So it's like, okay, I'm just going to dance around and fall off of this rooftop. Right, right. You know a game they really, really need to remake? Like, I would pay about $100 for this game if I had to, if they remade it. Yes, but no. Jade Empire. I'm the only person that knows Jade Empires. It really kills me that nobody freaking like really remembers Jade Empire, and that was like the precursor to Mass Effect and like Dragon Age. Onimusha remake would be amazing as well. Is Luke still here? What's up? You were quiet for a while anyway. Phone? Okay. Right. Conspiracy. I couldn't let that one go. That one sounded weird. I tried to let it go. You notice I didn't say it that fast. I'm more so worried about why you spaced out. Mhm. Curiosity. Okay. Oh. But no, Jade Empire was basically Mass Effect or like Dragon Age, but it was literally Mass Effect or Dragon Age before Mass Effect and Dragon Age, except it was based in a fantasy feudal China type setting. Actually, a good example. You remember Knights of the Old Republic, Star Wars, right? It was that. It was made by the same people. It was made by the same team, and it was basically the exact same game, except based in the China area and like with that kind of mythology. For the original Xbox. Mm. And it was the one, I think it's on PC as well. And it basically had like all the same things as Knights of the Old Republic. Like it had, I believe it had 6 endings. You actually could be a bad guy or a good guy. And it actually, like, depending on what you did, changed the story and changed the way your followers interacted. My first playthrough, my ending was, I literally did so many side quests and read, you actually gain knowledge and skills from reading books in that game. And I had gained so much skill and knowledge that my character learned the secret behind one of the other characters' creation, that his soul was bound to the armor and bound to a certain character's will, and I learned to do that. And when I chose to fight that person, and you could either kill that person or you could, you could release their soul back into the afterlife, which the afterlife was a literal thing in China where you could go to their version of heaven and see all the spirits and souls and everything. So you could release him to the afterlife, or you can bind him to your will instead and use him as a weapon against the character you were going to fight. And I chose to bind him to my will and use him as a weapon. And like, most of my team were against that because all the way up to that point I was a good guy. And when they went against it, my character was so powerful and so knowledgeable that I bound everyone's soul to me. And like, I basically had their souls bound to me and went to fight said villain. The villain is basically a guy that was once your master at a point. I went to go fight my master, and he was so daunted by the amount of skill that I had at that point that there was like a secret fight that was supposed to happen, and I blew through that secret fight so hard and like basically just overwhelmed him to a point where I was able to seal his soul in a way that he would never be able to go to heaven. My character basically became the new, like, evil of all evils. It's based so much around, like, Chinese mythology, like, all of the Hindu gods and everything like that are there, like, a lot of Buddhist stuff, the ideology of the open palm and the closed fist, like, all of it is there in that game. And even for a game as old as it is, all of the scenery and everything is extremely beautiful.
Both, High Commander. But our forces are unable to extract either at present. We've no way of approaching the altar so long as the Archean stands in our way.
It's really good, especially if you like mythology.
Neither the king nor the oracle will escape with their lives if the fighting continues. Order a full retreat. I'm going in alone.
But sir...
I assume you were already familiar with how I got this arm.
Yes.
Then you must also know the ring is worthless without one who can wield it.
Very well, sir. How dare you address me with such impetus? Has he forgotten his place entirely? Or is he too concerned about his sister to care?
Yeah.
Time is of the essence. Which way to the altar?
That's crazy. I like it. Yeah. I bet that's pretty nightmarish. As it should be.
They just keep coming.
You're mine! Prepare yourself!
I'm about to say that sounds freaking terrible. You might as well be a freaking object at that point.
Pulling out the big guns.
That's fucked up. Yeah, definitely. Probably not knowing the way they are. Like how you can react in society and everything. That's freaking crazy, man. No, not at all. That's ridiculous. Although the government does control our internet to an extent. I learned that the hard way. A lot. With the stuff that I've seen, after learning how to, like, access, like, I don't even know if I've accessed the full internet, but I'll say a lot more than what they allow you to. I would say that our internet is probably only consists of about 8% of what's really out there.
Have you lost your marbles?
No, but we'll lose the king if we don't act.
Give him what he wants.
Understood.
With my thanks.
Keep them. I take Gil instead. Do you copy?
Ain't a hard question, Iggy. Do you copy? Yes or no?
Yes, I copy.
Then speak up next time.
Yeah.
Look, I'm just as worried as
And
you
even
are.
some of the stuff is just like,
In our hands.
not even if they didn't plan it or anything, but just the fact that they let this kind of stuff go by. Because I've seen stuff where, like, they abduct homeless people and, like, harvest them for organs and stuff. And, like, people do this. Oh, yeah, I've seen, like, websites where they actually, like, document it and you can buy it. And they have, like, videos of them doing it and stuff. And it's just like, okay, I know. And they just let this stuff just go by. And I'm like, oh, I bet you let it go by because they're homeless people and they can't pay your taxes and actually contribute to your greed. No, I don't think so. The Deep Web game. I've seen Corey Kenshin actually play that. I've been to that too, and that's very interesting. Not near as fucking dangerous as people make it sound, but it is really fucking freaky. But like, a lot of that stuff can be explained as people just creating pre-programmed prompts to pop up whenever certain things are clicked or seen and stuff. It's not like anybody's looking at you through your computer. People don't understand. It takes a lot of ingenuity and like actual time in the process to do that. I do that by reflex anyway. My mic is rigged to where it has to be activated, and it will alert me very obviously if it's activated, so I'm not as worried about that, but I do take my camera over. Yeah. I see a lot of crazy shit on that thing. Stuff where people submit their murder and torture and rape videos just so they can get in and look at other people's videos. I'm about to say, you'll have to tell them, Sean, because I'm not sure we're talking about the same human suit. Okay. Okay, yeah, we talking about the same human suit. So there was a video that actually leaked out from the quote-unquote deep web where these dudes had various people, like, tied up in this, like, empty room with at just a table. And they were doing, like, random things to these people at certain times. And one of the dudes, they had him strapped to a chair, and they don't know, no one knows what they were making him eat, but it's assumed that he was eating human organs or human body parts in a soup that they made because he was crying and screaming and gagging and stuff. But these two dudes wearing these chibi costumes, they look like an anime pop doll, like with the big rounded out heads. They would come into the room and they would constantly force feed this dude this stuff. And he would just cry, and he would just cry and scream every time, and it was just constant repetition of them coming in the room slowly and just force feeding him this. And they were force feeding it to him, and they were like nodding and just rubbing and caressing his back while he was crying and eating it and stuff. And it was the most creepy shit. And then, like, the last clip is him crying as they opened it up because he thought they were coming in to force feed it to him, but they just stood at the door. And as they stood at the door, one of them just had like this demeanor about his body, like he was pissed, and he just came screaming, running at the dude, and then the camera went off. Although that part made me feel like it was staged. Because my whole thing is, why would the camera just pop off at the precipice of the moment? Like, if you had him sitting there eating human body parts, I mean, that's graphic enough to the point where it's like, okay, why would you even care about someone seeing you murder him on camera? Exactly. Exactly. Like, they would have done the whole... Because people don't realize, you can tell a real one because it just doesn't cut off like that. Like, the person has to finish the deed and then come over to the camera and deactivate it. Like, if it just cuts off like that, that shows you that they took this, they filmed it, they edited it, and everything like that. Yeah, yeah. I definitely was a lot more disgusted with the human population after I saw it, but... all the weapons and stuff that I picked up. That's can create a variety of gear. Gears locked. Gears locked. Gears locked. Gears locked. Ignis can equip a variety of gear. Gears locked. Right, a variety. Key items. I'm curious as to why those are key items. Grappling hook's kind of fickle, isn't it? If I walk through there that easy, what makes you people think that a Magitech Trooper isn't?
There you are, ready to ship out. Ready as I'll ever be.
You must get the civilians out of here while there's still time.
Listen, are you sure about this?
Of course. Well, just make sure you come back alive. Both of you.
No, I'm not ready to ship out yet. I'm going to be a dick to the Empire and retake all these zones. Oh yeah, that's. Hmm. I'm half and half. Oh, never mind. I already did that. I'm half and half about the whole concept of Final Fantasy, where you have to like camp out or rest somewhere to level up or everything. It's a nice concept, but at the same time, it's just like, ugh. Let's see. Those regions are all still. Yeah. Let's not, so I can get kidnapped by the Dark Brotherhood in my sleep again. That was horrifying the first time they did it. The second time, I was already on to your gimmick, buddy. That's literally what I said when I got kidnapped. Get kidnapped. Get the note. We know. I guess you just happen to know where I sleep. Everything too. You're just gonna pop up all creepy like with your dark robes and your dark mask and take me to some dark unknown location and do something dark and edgy. You know, all right. Go to sleep. Oh, I wonder what will happen when I wake up. Wake up in a bloody cabin. Oh, no, shock. Oh, please. That's what I'm saying, the second time. I mean, unless you got kidnapped twice by the Dark Brotherhood in Oblivion, I don't know what you're talking about. But it was a joke, sure. I was talking about the second time that they kidnapped me, which is in Skyrim. I was saying, since you got confused about it, I was saying, did you get kidnapped twice in Oblivion? Because I didn't. Mm. Although, if you ever test it, I want you to know that Sithis is real. Sithis will come find you in that game. I thought that was a big religious, what's the word I'm looking for? What's the word that people use when they're describing something that's not true? Fuck. I ruined it now. I don't remember the word. I'm about to say humbug, hoopla. There we go. I thought that was a whole bunch of religious hoopla that they were spouting on about. So I stole something from somebody, and they were like, "You're bad from the Dark Brotherhood into the spirit of Sithis judges you." And I was like, "Oh yeah, the spirit of Sithis, yeah, right." Go to sleep, wake up, ghost in my room, start screaming. Like, what is that? Highlight it. Yeah, you talk to the mother. Oh, it's a note from Prompto. It'd be interesting if you talk to Sithis. I'm actually kind of curious about why we haven't, like, spoke to Sithis or anything. It's kind of underwhelming. Like the ghost does. Actually, I've never tested that in Skyrim, so I don't know what it does in Skyrim. But in Oblivion, the ghost is like, you know what the race look like in Oblivion? It's basically a reskinned, recolored race. So it was still underwhelming, but. You know what I don't get? That district is free for the taking. How do I take a district that's free? Do I just have to pop up there? Or Final Fantasy with the invisible wall physics? Right? Although I will give it to them, this is the first time they've done a game this free and open, but still. Yeah. I don't think they did make it with Unreal. Yeah. I about to say 13.3 was more so along a guided path though. 13.3 was free roam, but it wasn't free roam sandbox. Did it take my save game? Kinda acting funny on that. I'm the type of person that will save a game and then save it again just because I literally forgot it that second if I saved it. Okay, I don't understand Final Fantasy. You told me this district was neutral, which means it's free for claiming. How the fuck do I claim it? Yeah, possibly. Didn't think about that. Yeah, that's why I was looking at that big open little town square right there. Like, it seemed like something's going to attack me there. I half expected the freaking Empire to drop off a behemoth right there. Knock on wood. I was ridiculously overpowered by that point. Like, I burned through the game so hard. Because I had done, I think, yeah, I had literally done every mission except for that, like, wildlife hunter lady's mission, because her last mission is ridiculous. Yeah. Collect rainbow frogs. Okay, where are they located? All around the entirety of the map. You can go fuck yourself. And what reward do I get? A ribbon. Well, I already got a ribbon. So, why would I want to do this for a ribbon? Okay, I'm really starting to kind of get irked at the fact that all these items I'm picking up are like iron shavings and stuff, and it's like, okay, what? For what purpose? You have yet to present me with a purpose. Dobby needs clothes. Oh, hello there. Okay, so you just showed a restaurant. That's always a fucking hilarious question. Are you alive? Oh. That is was friggin' like, what? Does that work for you? Was funny, but still. Do you want to play the rape game? Nope. Okay, we're playing. What?
You're mine!
Get bored easy. Final Fantasy, is it so hard to jump a fence or jump on top of a roof that's right next to me? Yeah, you need to try to lay down and get some amount of rest. Oh. Oh, dude. Come, let me clutch thee. You know, ever since I heard that name in Lord of the Rings, I always thought of that. Oh, Final Fantasy with the falling off of rooftops is... Son, why'd you add a parkour element to this game when no one can parkour? That nigga Frodo said that nigga's name like he wanted his dick all the time. I always found it kind of weird the way Frodo said his name. Huh. Didn't know that. Is that from the books? I've read very few of the books. Most of the lore in the books that I've read were about the race that Sauron and Gandalf are, and the lineage of what happened with them, and the decline of like their hierarchy and stuff. Yeah. Yeah. Hmm. Hey, if it's gourmand in French, is that why gourmet is? Like, is that a root word that has to do with food and food consumption? That's what I always thought that. Gourmand, gourmet. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. Because it's the root word. It's interesting. Right. Okay, dude, who's selling me stuff at this shop? No one's behind the counter, and this is the room that the creepy painting spirit attacked me in. And there's no light here, so like, who? Is a ghost selling me things? Hello? I'm good. Although that painting spirit was kind of attractive. But I'm glad this game doesn't consist of any crafting elements, because I would probably regret selling all this. They have all these different kinds of glasses in the menu, but I can't buy any of them. Why's that? You have none of it in stock. Why you have none of it in stock? You had me all ready and, like, happy. Random fact, there is a lot of porn of that on the internet. I was scrolling across Tumblr and ran into that. It was very real. Joe? Oh yeah, I've seen a lot of that. There's also a lot of Ellie and her chick friend. There's also a lot of The Incredibles and, like, the daughter and the mother in that. It's still kind of hot. It's still kind of hot. Like, somebody in the BDSM room I was hanging out in, and how old are you? And the other, because her age was hidden, and she was like, old enough to put out, and I was just like, oh, well, yeah, that's an answer. Logically, I mean, she ain't wrong. Talladega Nights, Talladega Bobby. Shoryuken! One day you will. And you won't even know it until it's too late. I mean, you can take that gift too, but... What? I talked about a gift? When? He really will. I did say something, but I'm not going to say what I said. Mostly because I don't know what gift yet, but it's going to happen someday. You should be. It's amazing how many people that work. Oh, it's amazing how many people that works. That can actually have some really heavy fallout, by the way. The guy that Jeremiah did it to cried. Oh. It didn't help that Jeremiah started like rubbing his shoulder while he was saying like it's not your fault. Like, it was so awkward and so bad. Like they did that, and then all of a sudden, like he started crying, and they like everybody looked at each other, and they're just like, slowly retract arm. Okay, apparently we hit a nerve. He had apparently. Yeah, like it's like I wouldn't say that in good conscience unless I know like someone didn't have anything going on, or the thing they did have going on was of their own volition and was their fault. But like he had apparently just had a bad breakup. The worst thing is, like, Jared knew he had a bad breakup. You killed all those younglings at the temple. You know what you did. What if that was like the way that like cascaded down? Like, what if Obi-Wan just instantly fell to the dark side and nobody knew it? Anakin, you killed all those younglings at the temple. I know what you did. Starting to say something else. I liked what you did. No, I don't know. She hadn't expressed that she had anything against you. You might just be catching her on, like, a random, like, one of her moments that she's having. Usually with her, when she goes quiet, it's like she had a random spike of emotion, or, like, either something happened with her folks, or she had a random spike in emotion where she feels like she wants attention or something, and she's devising a way to get that. Because almost every time she's gone silent when I'm around, she always comes back with, like, some random spurt of drama that you'd be like, Well, nothing had even been previously happening to lead to this. Like, it's like literally just out of nowhere. What's happening? I triggered something. Was it just that? Oh. What the fuck? Was it that district? It was that district. Ain't that what it is? It's... I mean, we both did it. That's like me and Resident Evil. Oh, there's a shadow down there. Well, it's not like that's a misdirection or anything for something to actually sneak up on me on this side. Cue the next shadow in the hallway. Son. Friggin', I hate fucking video games and pronunciations and stuff. Y'all had to make her sound so sinister that you went so far as to over-enunciate her name. Her name is spelled Deborah in the friggin' subtitles and stuff. No, you had to turn it into Deborah, like she's the friggin' demon character from friggin' Dragon Ball Z. Ooh. I'm scared because this coral is over here, and corals usually do bad things to me. Like that! Oh boy! That's a truckload of damage. Who is shooting at me? You rude bitch. Who y'all? Did he text it to you? I'm so fucking done. Yeah, like, seriously, like, don't do it too much, because you might actually catch somebody on those shit. If you caught me around Christmas time with that shit, it actually would have done something. I was having Jessica flashbacks that day. Yeah. And I really feel like I should be, like, completely over that by now, but for some reason, there's still parts of that that subconsciously linger. Jessica was my girlfriend that died before Valentine's Day. Oh, I completely see things in a way, like, that's why I said I'm shocked that I'm not over it, because I've confronted everything about it and, like, completely, like, gone through the phases and just been over it. It's just randomly, for some reason, I just get flashes of it, and it's like, it's just one of those kind of flashes that catches you so off guard that you just can't help but have an emotion well up behind it. No. I mean, there's, like, not any kind of question you can ask me about this that's going to be, like, too deep or anything, because, like I said, when I say I have, like, literally, like, pretty much closed a chapter or gotten closure on something, I've literally, like, for real gotten closure on it. It's just, every now and then I just slip and kind of catch a little emotion by it. It's not so much as it inspires an emotion in me, but it's almost like my mind and body recollect the emotion I was feeling during the moment that I flash back to. Because like, I was just having random moments where I like just almost hallucinated her sitting somewhere out of the corner of my eye. It's one of those type of things where it's like when you've been around someone so intimately for so long and then to not have them around, it's just weird in certain situations not to have them around. Sure. Oh, thank you. Honestly, oh, ah, that was ages ago. Goodness gracious. Not really. When you contemplate age, you get to a point where you start to realize that even 40 actually isn't that old. You're not really old till you hit like 63. But no, it's just odd. It's like, my whole thing when I was having those flashbacks is the fact that those flashbacks really are only for like about a second or so, and the emotion lingers for like a second or so, and then I'm completely fine. It's just one of those type of things that just makes me.
Right. Should be able to reach the altar this way.
It's time to run. Oh! I'm turning that video off now. I was watching Alice in the Road gameplay, and something scared the living fuck out of me. Look it up. Mm.
Well, look who it is. What would one of His Majesty's royal retainers be doing here, of all places?
Yeah, no, that's there. You was on that bus trip for the longest, trying to get that good sleep.
I must thank you for your visit to Fort Barlow. Do allow me to express my gratitude.
Nice, huh?
Surrender now, and I'll ensure your end is as
Now, are you going to sleep, or are you about to be on Netflix? That way I know, like,
then you leave me no choice.
okay. It will be way later by the time I download Payday, so that won't be a problem.
Plenty more where that came from.
Yeah, it'll probably be about 3 hours from now.
They say one good turn deserves another.
No.
And I believe I owe you quite the turn once you're out.
The fact that this guy is piloting this Magitech suit like this. Very much so.
will never be yours. I'll make sure of it.
Oh, I figured it wasn't something bad. I just didn't want to, like, ask questions about it in front of Sean.
You shall rue the day you define the Niflheim Empire.
Now, that's what I figured it was, but I wasn't about to make it obvious in front of him. That's what I thought.
Just like that pathetic old servant did back in the stall. Enough!
Me too. I'm the same way when it comes to things like that. And it's usually things that, like, I don't even, like, think about at that moment, but it just kind of has that effect.
Before that impudent outsider Raven leads me to it.
Definitely. Of what? Yeah. Goodness gracious, yeah. I'm trying to think of what all I'm going to download, because depending on if I finish episode Ignis, which I probably will finish it tonight, I'll probably download Automatia and Payday.
You are certainly putting up quite a fight.
Yeah.
Out of my way.
Yeah.
You wretch.
Yeah.
Ravers.
I love games that do that. Oh, I must have cut off. I love games that do that. That's usually what I do whenever I play any game, so that's gonna probably be particularly enjoyable to me. Oh my god, I fucking forgot. Shit. To take my damn pill. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Thank you. I have to start the new year getting my body back on track. That and just medically my health as well. Like just basically just all around.
I've no quarrel with you, boy.
I definitely think it won't be too far of a goal to reach.
Join me. I can secure us a way to the king and the oracle.
How do I know I can trust you?
Have you any other options?
You have a point.
Then it's settled.
Yeah.
Be quick. You make your mind.
Oh crap, did I turn? Okay, I turned my mic to try to hear you more and I ended up turning my volume lower. Oh no, I heard you just at that moment. Like, I heard you and then I turned it up to hear you better after that, and then, like, I realized I turned it the wrong way. It was during the period that you weren't saying anything. It was like after the pause when you said that. No, not really. It's just whenever, because my game volume is coming through here, I usually have to turn it up just so like I can hear voices over the game. Because a lot of the time games want to surprise me and amp up their freaking music volume. Oh no, it's perfectly fine. Like I could hear you. It was just a matter of my mind and the way my mind processes information. I didn't want to like, I don't know. It's kind of hard to explain with the way my brain works when it comes to processing stimuli. God, I wish your laptop was fixed. Oh, I just had a link that I wanted to send you. It was a link to one of the two games coming out that Silent Hill's PT's spiritual successor. Yeah. So whenever like you talk about your teacher when it comes to like game development and stuff, do y'all talk about like currently ongoing projects? I thought that was something that like stayed out. That's so. I guess this shouldn't be weird since it is a game. I mean, a game about game development. Yeah, since it is a class about game development, so it makes sense. But I don't know, just talking of currently ongoing video games in a classroom setting just seems so alien to me with the way like that's so fucking creepy with the way that like classrooms are here. Yeah.
Magitech armor.
Indeed.
Why is that? That sounds about right.
You needn't waste your time. I've
Uh-uh.
ordered a full retreat. They'll be gone soon enough.
Very well.
That sounds about right.
What of it?
I have doubts that you were born with a prosthetic.
Your doubts are correct. I once believed it was I who was destined to dispel the darkness. This is proof I was wrong.
Is it safe to...
I fucking hate that shit when teachers do that. Yeah. I've experienced that a lot of teachers have that kind of mindset when it comes to actually teaching their class and stuff, and I absolutely fucking despise that. That's fucking stupid. Guys like that should be monitored and revoked from teaching if they do stuff like that. I was about to say, yeah, ensuring his position. That's so dumb. You can't, like, it's a classroom setting, so of course, like, obviously you have people in the class who are here to learn to be that level, not just come in that level. He's a dick. He really shouldn't be teaching. Yeah, it's extremely uncourteous. Yeah, Derek. I really wish, like, councils and stuff like that would understand that not all of your teachers are, like, great, like, unsullied saints. Like, a lot of your teachers are just as dickish as some of the people attending the class. It's not as simple as just, well, maybe you should try to explain this to you. Like, no, some of these people just don't listen, dude. Yeah. It sounds familiar. Yeah, I think I actually do know what that is. Yeah. Hmm. It's still a lot more than any other common person would do for a charity. Like, it's still a significant thing coming from people who aren't looked at as someone of high standard to do that. Yeah. Hmm. That sounds really fun, actually. Oh, no, you're fine. One moment. Okay, that's me wheezing. I was about to say, these headphones made my wheezing sound like a very eerie whistle. Yeah. It's really funny, as blocked up as my ears are supposedly are, according to that nurse, I can hear astonishingly well. My ears have been this blocked up, and I've passed 3 hearing exams. Oh no, you're right. I enjoy your voice. I enjoy your voice a lot. Oh, you're fine. It's really not. Oh, you're fine. Trust me. If it was any kind of thing, I'd say something. I feel like it shouldn't be as uncommon place or like as I don't want to use the word awkward, but just different for me to actually hear things about me. It's very welcome and very different that you feel that because that's always been like what I try to portray to people, and people just have always never understood that, never felt that, or just taken it a complete opposite way from what I like try to portray, and it's just I don't know, it's just weird that everyone always takes the ball and runs with it a completely different direction. I'm certainly not complaining. Like, it's nothing. You said unfortunately, but there's nothing wrong with that at all. Ideally, in a utopian world, most people should be like that. But yeah, I know exactly what you mean. 'Cause that's one thing that I've dealt with in a lot of previous relationships. Well, I'm glad, and I'm happy with you as well. Oh, I'm sure you will. Was that meant to be sexual? It was meant to be sexual, right? Okay, cool. Fair enough. What helped you along with that?
You, this means you'll lend
Oh,
Doctor.
Don't be asinine. Our interests may have aligned in this moment, but I have not allied myself with him.
well, I'm glad. I'm certainly glad that happened. It's kind of ironic that happened, especially with the fact that here lately, for some reason, I've just kind of clicked into a weird
Against the Empire.
foreign kind of mood as
His
well.
life is at stake. Is that not reason enough?
I don't know, I've been feeling
Language may
really,
differ, but the blood coursing through our
what's what I'm
veins
looking
is
for,
one. So too is our code.
girly and unrestricted lately. I've been to the point where I don't even like block any kind of aspect of my personality, even at work and at public. I just
The Empire.
act the way that I am and what comes to mind and just don't even
If
care.
the ring falls into the wrong hands, I fear there's little hope for Commonwealth. We must hurry. We haven't much time.
It's really weird. At the same time, it kind of makes me feel bad because even like the way I walk and carry myself is different in this mood, and I just feel lighter, and my body doesn't feel like it has to strain and stress just to keep up with like the way people want you to like be. And it's just a shame because I know that I can't fully indulge in this until either I completely move away from my folks and are non-reliant on their help or anything, or sadly until they die.
Keep up.
Right.
I cannot wait. I wouldn't mind that at all. It's actually something that I really, really enjoy.
Ready?
You have to ask. Let's make this quick.
Gladly.
Don't get in my way.
So long as you stay out of mine.
Honestly, my body just kind of did everything. Where am I?
I believe it goes without saying.
Yet when the flames of war...
My body just kind of did everything, and I was just kind of like,
No savior
oh,
could possibly be born of such cowardice.
I was in a weird place.
It's the Oracle's calling, is it not?
For the things that I said in the past tense of, I have this thing that I call just a nexus, where like all of the random miscellaneous thoughts that are processing through my head all just clash and circulate themselves. And I was just in that for a moment, and it's always kind of bewildering whenever I'm in that and come out of that because it processes so many different things and then just kind of throws me back out into wherever I was and like, ugh.
Then let's end it.
Just the fact that I enjoy the way that you feel about things like that and the fact that you actually express it to me and stuff. Processing the whole thing about having to either move away or just the magnitude and gravity of the fact that a thing that requires for me to actually live my life and be happy is the possibility of needing my parents to be dead, which is just sad and fucked up and unfortunate all in itself. And then processing like Darren and his little mood and things and stuff like that. And processing like the relation and the dynamic of how things will change with John whenever I finally do get through that. And for some reason, the idea of going back to school, and I don't think it'll change that much. It's just the fact that I know it will change, and it's just one of those things that's just kind of egging or annoying at me. It's just like, ugh, why? Like, why can't you just? It's really unfortunate, and I hate it. It's just, I don't know. It's the exact opposite of what you and I have. I just don't understand why people have such a hard time and a problem with just minding their business and leaving people to live their life in a way that makes them. It's like it's their life to live, and they have to be happy for themselves. So why do you have a problem with someone doing what they have to do to be happy? It's always been just something that just bothers me. It's just like I just really don't understand where people get off feeling like someone just being happy is a crime. And the fact that it's just my own parents. And the fact that it's my own parents is just like, ugh.
You alright?
Well enough.
You're resilient, I'll give you that. If Noctis is the true king, he still has much to prove. The darkness will not wait for his ascent. It will consume our star, and all upon it.
I know. He may not yet grasp the gravity of his calling. But once he does, he will rise to the occasion and fulfill his destiny.
One can only hope you're right. Move quickly.
Right.
Locked! Luna Freya.
Are you her dog?
Yeah. That is actually exactly how my parents were.
Glorifying all by the light of the crystal and the glaives of rulers past. Only at the throne can the chosen receive it, and only at the cost of a life, his own. The King of Kings shall be granted the power to banish the darkness, but the blood price must be paid. To cast out the usurper and usher in Dawn's light will cost the life of the chosen. Many sacrificed all for the king, so must the king sacrifice himself for all. Now enter into a
It's so odd to hear myself being talked about in such a good light. No, I'm sorry.
What did I just see? A vision of what's to come?
Oh, thank you. I sometimes feel like my thank yous and my words can be perceived as like just a generic response because I don't know, I have a hard time processing or understanding processing emotion through talking, so I do want you to know that I just am saying thank you sincerely. I'm glad. Because a lot of times I feel like I'm a damn robot in the fact that it's so hard for me to personify emotion through something.
Noct!
Yeah.
No.
Okay.
The Lucians stole from me my mother. And now they make a sacrifice of my sister. Get out of my way! What are you doing? What I should have done long ago. Ridding us of this menace. Stand in my way and you too shall be slain. Come to your senses, man.
This fight is ridiculous.
I understand. You must be me. But Noctis
Are you telling me that's scary when you realize how strong Ignis is? Because when Ravus first, appeared and everything, Gladio got trashed by Ravus, to the point where Gladio was not even, a worthy mention of anybody that can fight Ravus. But Ignis is, staying up on same level as Ravus. More than likely because Gladio is one of Jer's favorite characters.
Kill him, and her sacrifice will have been for naught. Kill him, and you kill her hopes for the future.
What hope is there in a future that my sister will never see?
This can't be.
Power of the storm surges through my blade.
I'm glad. Thank you for that. Oh no, definitely not.
Prepare yourself.
It definitely does. I definitely feel the sincerity in you saying that. And it makes me happy for you to say that, because that's all that I try to infer in things that I do.
Take this.
It's not really a matter of trying hard. It's just the fact of I try to just keep it in my mind to, oh no, just consideration and things like that is always something that I keep at the forefront of my mind before anything else pertaining of just myself. It's a really emotional fight. I mean, just the dialogue while they're talking, just the fact of Ravus thinks that Noctis sacrificed his sister just for the sake of taming Leviathan and the kingdom. And Ravus is upset because the Lucians basically took his mother and everything, and now he feels like they're taking his sister from him. But Ignis is trying to defend him and say, you should know of all people that that's not what it is, because Noctis loved your sister And not only that, but your empire are the people who took his parents from him. And it's kind of crazy when you think about the fact that Ignis is the only person that knows this about Noct and actually feels and understands this for Noct like this. And it's crazy because in the game, when you wake up from fighting Leviathan, like, you just wake up. You don't even know that all of this happened and that Ignis defended you from the one guy that you feel could have killed your entire party, like, as you lay unconscious on the ground there. Have you gotten to this point in the game? Okay, I won't say anything about after this fight, but it definitely shows. I figured I can understand that. Right. Yeah, I figured once Nier came out, you were hooked in on that. Well, yeah, you obtained it.
Part of me always hoped that I might see you happy one day. The burdens lifted, free to live and love as you please. You would have made a beautiful bride.
Oh.
Even in death, the Oracle does not rest. Only once the darkness is dispelled, calling truly through. And as in life, I know.
Man, it's fucked up that his sister passed like that.
Sister, please don't go. Please don't leave me.
That's why there's a part after this. Is Ravas crying? Oh, that hits me in the feels. God, this fucking game hits me in the feels so much. This game has made me cry too much. I'm always honest about things like that. I don't believe in the typical, like, cliche male thing of a man doesn't cry. Like, that's stupid and toxic to me. It's like everyone cries. You have tear ducts for a reason. I said everyone cries. You have tear ducts for a reason. That's not something you can just deny. Like, everything. Exactly. Exactly. Because that's one of the, like, key foundation factors of pushing men into, like, this extreme, like, not masochist, that's not the word I'm looking for, megalo masculinity type of thing where that's just one step towards the whole super masculinity that just turns your entire train of thought into just basically just toxic stubbornness. Like the entire idea of male masculinity just results and culminates into nothing but I'm stubborn and stuck in my ways, so it is. I've always hated like society and there's like constructs and restrictions on things like that. So I always try to like separate the society what's what I'm looking for? The society insecurities that come with a lot of things and just look at it as a logical as a person, not like a as what this society thinks you should be or expects you to be kind of thing.
Gladio! Are you all right? Where's Prompto? Well, what have we here?
And of course, Gladio tries to instantly attack him.
Oh dear. Was I that transparent?
Arden? What the What? Arden is sneaky as shit.
The game's up, my boy. Come now, why not follow your liege's lead and stop resisting?
Never!
You risked life and limb to safeguard the King of Kings, only to witness him fail so. You must be so disappointed.
Unhand him!
I know I am. Oh, what good is a world that only ever lets you down? Why not end it all right here?
No. You can't. No!
My, you two certainly have become fast friends.
Mm.
Permit me to make a suggestion. Rather than follow this flotsam and float away to a watery grave, why not come with me? What do you say?
That's a choice you can make. And what if I don't? I'm not going to make the choice and see what happens. What? You make me make it anyway, huh? Thanks for that. Maybe.
I'll take that as a no.
I swore an oath to stand with Noct and keep him safe. Whatever it takes, I will protect him.
I wouldn't do that if I were you.
I may not be of your blood, but if the glaive can harness its power, so can I! Kings of Lucis, lend me your strength!
Ignis looks ridiculously badass like that.
They've shown you their
Well, if you're so keen on keeping you safe, I'd like to see you try. No time to waste now. If you are quick enough, you're the one liable to wind up dead.
It's over!
Skillful advisors. What a Why not cease this futile charade? Your appeals to hope and loyalty will all come to naught in the end. No! Wrong. Cutting it close.
I'm not. I was focusing in on the fight. No, you're good.
Wasn't that exhilarating? I think that's enough for one day. Nox.
I really wonder if there was what different choice or different route I could have taken on that. Right.
That was rather reckless. Where's Noct? Is he all right? More or less. All thanks to you. Thank goodness. Be still. Conserve your strength. You've a calling to fulfill.
Right. I wish you would have it like that all the time.
As do I. May fortune favor us both. And you as well, Noctis.
Forgive me.
And that is how it happened. Ain't that some shit? That kind of pisses me off now. Because there's a point in the game when you play from Noctis's perspective after all this happens that Ignis is actually blind for a long time because of that. And like, I don't know, it just kills me because Gladio is chiming in and like being a dick to you the whole time because you have a choice of whether you want to bring Ignis on a mission with you or if you want to let him sit back and just kind of chill out and wait, and because you don't want to put him in harm's way. Like, even Noctis expresses he doesn't want to put him in harm's way. But the game makes you take him anyway. Like, even if you tell him, like, to stay back, he insists on coming. So if you move a certain distance from him in the dungeon and stuff, Gladio starts giving you shit for it. And, like, when you start fighting certain enemies, you can possibly hit Ignis. Well, you can almost hit Ignis. And Gladio gives you shit for that. And, like, Gladio's just giving you shit the whole time. And talking about Noctis being selfish because he doesn't understand that other people lost things in this fight, too. And he's, like, referring to Ignis and his eyesight and stuff. And it's like, yeah, but Noctis lost his wife. And, like, a bunch of people died in the name of helping defend him. And he couldn't even beat Arden. And Leviathan ran wild because he couldn't keep up with it. And you're giving him all this shit and stuff when you don't even understand that, Gladio, you haven't lost shit in this fight, so you don't have any room to talk.
You should know that better than anyone.
Oh, Gladio was a fucking meathead.
The decision is yours to make, and yours
No.
alone. Do remember, we will stand with you always.
Gladio's entire story is like the story of a guy who just was never strong enough. Like, his thing was always striving to push himself to be worthy of being the King's Shield. So everything that's been, like, traumatic in his mind has always been just, I couldn't beat this person. I couldn't beat Ravus. Ravus trashed me. I need to be stronger if I'm going to be, like, able to be the King's Shield, et cetera, stuff like that. I didn't know Ignis was having flashes of the future when he was doing that. Yeah, and the scenes you're seeing right now are scenes that happen along the game when you're, like, taking Ignis with you and all this is happening. Like, during the point that he's blind. Yeah. Extremely big way to go about it. I don't know if you saw it just now, but that is one of the things that makes Arden my favorite Final Fantasy villain. Did you see his face just now? Oh my god. There is a scene where Noctis is, like, indisposed and everyone rages in on Arden with it. And, like, Prompto comes in shooting Arden. Ignis comes in stabbing Arden and, like, throwing knives into Arden and everything. And then Gladio comes and cleaves Arden straight through his face. Like, he brings his sword to where it should cut his face in half. And Arden falls down. And then he just floats back up and lifts his hat. And his eyes are, like, pitch black with yellow pupils, and his face is like oozing black ink from his eyes and his mouth and stuff, and he's just laughing in this like half demon form, and he just walks off and his face just shifts back to normal, and he hasn't been like damaged by any of this.
You know, looking back,
And it's like all because like basically, not gonna say the reason, but Arden is basically effectively immortal.
trouble too.
And that's basically why he dicks you around the whole game, because in his perspective, it's like, okay, I'm immortal. You can't do anything to me.
Now, I'm on my own.
No, you won't be going alone.
No, you're right.
Yeah, that ring is one of the only things that can kill him. And I really wonder what would have happened if I brought his health down to 0 as Ignis.
In the end, I might not have you at my side, but I'll always have you in my heart. Thanks. Thanks for everything, Iggy.
It's hard not to cry to that. Especially knowing how this game ends. Oh, that's a tear. Oh, that's fucked up. Oh, this game is so fucked up. Oh, I'm crying now. Oh, why is this game so fucked up? Apparently. Whew. Mm-hmm. Wait, what? Unlocked new branch of fate in chapter 3. Unlocked extra verse. Unlocked friendly match. Acquired spell daggers. Various cooking utensils and helmet. Receive ground guard casual attire for Ignis. Okay, is that chapter 3 in the story or in Ignis's? God dang, I have to play Ignis's chapter again. Yeah. What is extra verse? Resume play from branch. Oh, okay. That puts me right at that moment. Okay, I'll go back to that after I see what friendly match is. Spar against the chosen king and experience the truth. These fights are usually absolutely heinous and unfair, but we're going to see what this is all about. Because last time when I played as Prompto and Glaudio, as Glaudio I had to fight Core, and Core is absolutely ridiculous to fight. And as Prompto I had to fight Arnaea, who I killed after an hour of fighting, but still, that was ridiculous. And now I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to fight Noctis, and that's going to be ridiculous in itself. I wish they went with Noctis's original concept, like, for how he would look. Instead of the jacket and shirt, he wore, like, a high-collared vest with, like, black... That glove that's on his left arm, he had 2 of those instead of the 1. And he wore, like, a high-collared combat vest and then, like, black Black shorts, kind of like what he's wearing now, but they were like leather shorts, and they were like had a bunch of cargo and combat pouches and stuff on it. And his hair was a little bit longer and fanned out. His face didn't look so soft. He looked a lot more mature and refined. Exactly. He looked a lot more threatening, too. Probably to make the character more relatable.
I've schooled you in a great many things today.
But why this now?
Call it a scholar's curiosity, to know firsthand what metal the true king is made of. I may not be Gladio, but underestimating me is a recipe for failure.
Gonna make a meal of this.
And the loser will eat all his vegetables.
Those are high stakes. You might be biting off more than you can chew.
Well, I wouldn't have it any other way.
Goodness gracious, why is he hit so hard? I didn't even remotely hit him that hard.
Think I won't hit a guy with glasses?
He really blocked that. He's using the gravity machine. That's ridiculous. He has all of his weapons. He even has Prompto's guns. He doesn't even have that in the actual story. Yes, it's Noctis. It's the main character. But let's be real here. And then he's so much higher level than me. Yep, that's exactly how they do these fights. I hate this part of the game. Nope. Nope. I want to find out there where the shark is. We can't find out there where the shark is. Well, fuck it. Wait a minute. I'm starting to get my combat flow. I'm actually starting to remember how to fight in this game. Before I had been fighting without my previous experience of fighting. And they don't even give me all my consumable items. That fucking sucks. Come on, Final Fantasy. He blocks everything, even if he's mid-attack. I'm sorry, Noct. I used that weapon in story mode. You're not going to hit me with that. Well, you can try to block it. Or you can block it. Yeah, you can do that. You know. Because I've never been able to block that move in the story. Oh, that shield. Goodness fucking gracious. And you have your magic? Bullshit. Bullshit. Is he summoning something? Why does it look like he's summoning? Because he is summoning Rama. It was just a spar! I cook your food! He actually, Robin went away when I said that. That's kind of weird. Fucking gracious, get off my dick. Why do you have a sword you can use while you're using this freaking shield? He has a pistol. How is he blocking my knives with a pistol?
Ready? Don't get hit!
I'm so sick of you blocking everything. And then just hit me right when I come out of freaking... You tried to hit me with flare. I feel disrespected. Right? That's exactly what I thought for a moment. Nope. You want to cheese me? I'm gonna cheese you. Is he using his super on... Son. He's hitting me with every single king glaive. This is not even remotely fair. Nope. Spider-Man. Nope. He actually hit me with that. I didn't think he would. Why does it keep making me target something that's not even there? I really hate that I can't even do my super because he literally just spam attacks through it. Like, even when he freaking riposts with that shield, I still am attacking and my attacks are going through his body. Go ahead, finish it. I don't have any more consumables. I have fingers down they won't let me use right now, but... There we go. Yeah, they always do these fights in like a scenario where you logically cannot win. Like, you're supposed to cheese your way out of the fight, and I really hate that because I hate fucking cheesing fights. Especially the fact that he's doing things that you cannot even do in the actual game. Like, each of these weapons he's using are supposed to take health from you. They're not taking health from him at all. You're not supposed to be able to use your super like that consistently. Does clarity give me my health back? As a matter of fact, I swear he's gaining... Yes, he is gaining health back. And there goes his super to knock me out of my super because double standards. So not about that health you're not losing. Yeah, that gives me health back. That's interesting. Yeah. Like, he's literally just switching weapons and just hitting me constantly with barrage and barrage of attack. And I can't hit him with hardly anything because he either dodges it instantly, or like that, whenever I hit him with it, he instantly heals for some reason. Or he just blocks it. Or it just redirects me somewhere that I'm actually not hitting my target and hitting an empty spot. This is absolutely ridiculous. Did he really just take all my health out like that? Come on, man. He doesn't even have a shield on his hand. He's blocking with his hand in stasis. Are you serious?
Prepare yourself. It's over.
He was literally just blocking with his arm while he was in stasis after getting knocked out. Kill me. Just kill me. Oh, well, you... Never mind. Oh. Oof. Mm. Go through it. You hit me through a truck. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. You're hitting me through a truck. I vividly protest this. Dark Souls. Oh.
If you can't take the heat, maybe you should stay in the kitchen. I'll serve my next dish cold.
So, I fucking hate that shit. And the worst thing is, there is no way you can come into that fight any more prepared. He always will be level, like, 45, and you will always be level 31. They never let you come in there with anything that you actually have, like, attained or anything. In Prompto's episode, I was level 50 and Arnea was level 45. When I went to go do her friendly match, she was level 45, I was level 30. Let's see what this new decision is. That moment you forget you have a scar on a certain part of your body and you thought it was a bug out of the corner of your eye. On my left arm, just above my elbow. Yeah, I've been having a weird thing where, like, my fear of spiders has been completely absent and I've been messing with spiders lately. Like, letting them crawl on my hand at work and stuff. So for some reason, I saw a dark spot on my arm and thought it was a spider. But I didn't have, like, the typical jump reaction. I just kind of, like, slow turned and looked. I had a wasp break my typical law of insects don't come in my room, and ever since I've been thinking everything that moves in my room is an insect. Usually, bugs do not come in my room. Not at all. Not flies, roaches, gnats, anything. They just... Life in my room is non-existent with the exception of me. But one day I let my oh yes, um, a lot of time the roaches. Well, it's kind of it could be different depending on what you call it, cause some people refer to them as water bugs, but like just the typical like big brown roaches. They are in trees a lot around here, and a lot of the time they find their way from trees into the houses and stuff. It's been a long time since I've seen a roach in the house at all, but I never like push it out of the realm of possibility. But we have a good few over here. I was about to say your cold climate probably pushes them out of there a lot.
You risk life and limb to safeguard the King of Kings, only to witness him fail.
Yeah. Like, they usually don't come in my room, but one day I let my window up because I wanted to let my room air out a bit, and I had a bunch of incense and candles and stuff, and I was just letting my room just get airy. And one day I see something on, like, my curtains, and I'm like, what is that on my curtain over there? And then it moved, and it was a big wasp, and I was like, wait a minute. Why is there a wasp in my room? And of course, after finally killing it by spraying it down with bug spray, spraying it with air freshener, and then lighting it on fire and stomping it when it was on the ground, not even an exaggeration, it's literally the steps that I went through. I looked and saw my screen on my window had a slit in it, and they had been crawling through there, and ever since then my window does not go up.
Rather than follow this flotsam and float away to a watery grave, why not come with me? What do you say?
I certainly have a few to tell. I forgot how long Final Fantasy loading bars were. I started watching a Corey Kitchen video, and he was scared to death by something.
You have to ask. Why, Ignotus Keep, of course. Otherwise known as the current residence of your precious crystal. Have I piqued your curiosity? You must have so many questions. Seek the answers yourself, if you dare.
This is interesting.
If his word is good, then he's brought me to Grania. The question is why? What's his game?
I can't sprint or anything. So y'all told me I had. Well, fuck you. Or maybe they mean I have this current looking outfit for Ignis unlocked in my actual story. Those aren't nuclear, are they? No. This is the key. I'm not going to say anything about that if that's not a spoiler, but...
Blessed was the man born for the throne, yet he, so impure of heart, was denied by the stone and cast into ignominy. Feeding on the dusk and embracing the darkness, he spurned the dawn, affecting a life untouched by time. And through the coming of night eternal, he now seeks to exact vengeance upon his own blood. Vengeance upon his own blood. Is that why he's after Noct? The stone, chrysalis to the soul of our star, cradle to the king, destined to serve as vessel of its light. Gods and men alike awaited the coming of
Yep. He has a really tragic story, actually.
For he and he alone would possess the power to purge our star of its scourge. Really must be the chosen king.
Yeah. Oh, I can run again now. Things started popping up. Demons. Hmm? Oh, no. I said things started popping up. Oh, no. Thank God I haven't had one of those in years. I cannot stand, like, oh, I have styes, like, very, very rarely, and it's always in my eye, because one always sets up on my eyelashes, because I have really, like, feminine and, like, pronounced eyelashes, and it always sits, like, right at the base of an eyelash. It sucks so much, and my vision is so good that, like, when one sets up there, it's like a big obstruction in my peripheral, so it's like, it's the most infuriating thing. Doesn't help that I'm very phobic about my eyes. Right? Okay. As opposed to... You mean as far as just sounds on your end in general? Every now and then I catch other things. Like the thing you were doing when you were silent. Your mic seems like it blocks out most ambient sound in the background, but every now and then it'll let something come through. After it, I could have sworn I heard something when he was here. When I said you were spaced out. I know I heard like some, it wasn't like a certain sound, it was like, I knew I heard your voice in some fluctuation. Like I heard the tone of your, you know how when you hear like a tone familiar with someone and you know you heard that person, but you just don't know in what context? Is that what you said? Was it like one of the days that we were like gaming and you said something?
By that self-same power, with the true king as its vessel, the darkness shall be purged from our...
Oh, yo, that moment we were talking, yeah, that was, like, I heard it, but, like, for some reason, I was just like, your tone was, like, extremely, like, feminine at that point, so I was like, wait a minute, what?
This is it.
I look forward to it. Preferably on a day that I'm off that I can enjoy it thoroughly, quote unquote. Is he about to do his transformation? Is he about to? Yes, he is.
Why are you after Noct? For revenge?
In a sense, yes. But my aims extend beyond the boy. He's more of a means to an end. I suppose I never revealed my proper name, so allow me to introduce myself. Lucis Kylo.
The Founder King?
If only. No, that would be my dear brother, who snatched the throne and cast me into exile. I've never been called your majesty before. Would you do me the honor?
My allegiance lies with the true king alone.
Well then, off with your head.
Oh, goodness. His level is now question marks. Is it too late for me to resign from this fight? I can't use items. I can't. I'm supposed to lose this fight. Oh, I'm definitely gonna try. Oh, nope. I knew he was going to be meant to lose, because even in the last fight of the game, I'll just say there were some factors that played in to knock this even standing a chance. Oh, when you see a freak. Oh, when you see a freak. Oh my God, when you see... It is probably the best What's the word I'm looking for? Oh, I'm getting tired, so I'm at a loss for words. I'm just gonna say the best occurrence. Oh, iteration. That's what I was looking for. It's probably the best iteration of Ifrit that I've seen. Actually, you have seen him. You just didn't know. No, at the very beginning of the game, when you like are having the flash forward, and there's a guy sitting in a throne and fire is everywhere. That's Ifrit.
He's certainly taking his sweet time ascending as its champion, though. Would there were a way to expedite the process!
I wonder if he actually, it still makes you put on the ring, though. God dog it.
This world means nothing to me. Do with it as you wish.
How did you get your hands on that?
But I refuse to let Nott sacrifice his life to save ours. I won't let you take him away. Even if it costs my own life to save him. I will pay that price!
Take care not to hurt
That scream, though.
If the boy is to awaken as the true king, he'll need to undergo more trials first.
He has a scythe. That's not even a king's glaive. Is that his original weapon? Okay, you're cheating now. Come back here. You take your beating like a real man. Where'd he go? Oh, he does this in the entire fight, too. That was an odd placement.
Try harder.
During the enchantment is worn off. That's
All good things.
I think it made Ignis the heir. I think the ring just chose Ignis as the heir. He's certainly fighting different with it. He's fighting a lot different with it. Hear him, but I can't even freaking see him. Because he's fighting the air above me, of course he is.
You never learn, do you? It's over!
Dwayne's enchantment wore off. Seriously? So I guess you're not gonna leave me with a choice. I'll risk. I'm not gonna sacrifice. Although I think this is the last run I'm gonna have on it. I'm gonna have to sacrifice if I don't kill him on this one. I knew it was gonna give up on me. I could feel it. I have to this time. Full power everywhere. I'm really sick of your freaking auto parry crap with those swords.
That won't do at all. Do try harder.
Really? With the freaking auto parry and fucking explosions. Oh, like I didn't even give me an opportunity to press a fucking circle on. If I counter you and you just automatically counter me countering, then what's the point of me even countering you? No, get out of the freaking darkness. Because you know I didn't throw my swords at you or anything, but right now. Oh my god, dude. It'd be nice if I could actually hit you with that for one.
I'm afraid you're no match for me.
Fucking bitch.
The best laid plans, eh? It may have eluded me for now, but rest assured, I shall have my revenge.
Ignis! Ravis. He lent us a hand, if you can believe it.
What the hell were you thinking?
How could we let this happen? How could I let this happen? This is all my fault. No. If I'm really some kind of savior, why can't I save the ones I love? I'm sorry. You guys have stayed with me this whole time. And all it's done is caused you pain. Not anymore. All that ends now. Please! Lend me your strength! Help me! Protect my friends!
Did it heal him? I think it actually healed him.
Listen well. A king cannot lead by standing still. A king pushes onward always, accepting the consequences and never looking back.
It did, it healed him. Oh, shit. I will take that. That is a way better ending than how the game actually ends. Right? But the fact that they gave us a possibility that this is one of the multiple ways it could have gone, I will accept this. Because the actual ending just gives... Especially for a Final Fantasy game of all games. Probably gonna turn in after this. You definitely do. Oh no, you're fine. It's like, no, it's weird to me. It's very hard to breach to the point of weird with me. My reactions are just tame and somewhat awkward in my opinion because I can't exactly express and speak and act as I would naturally in this house.
Icky. For 10 years,
Yeah, she has issues.
Finish it. Right.
Wait, no.
We walk tall together.
Are you serious? Do you... Mm. Are you still gonna make him go through with all of the ending and stuff? Oh, Ravis is here this time. That's different. And he has his actual sword. And he's a lot older. Apparently not. Wait, are they just doing this in a peaceful, more civil manner now? Or is there no... Was Arden lingering around the throne just kind of a... like... spiritual thing? Or... Well, I think I'm confused mainly due to bad storytelling. Oh, unless it answers my question here. Oh, is it gonna answer my question? Do it. Oh, he shaved. Okay. Come on, you bowed. What did you bow to? Is he... Why did I not get to hear him say, Your Majesty? Why it have to be silent? I'm the type of person to take some symbolism in that. Okay, I'll take that. Do you care about, like, spoilers, or do you rather just see it play out in front of you, or... Because the thing that confused me with that was whenever you go through the original story, Noctis gets tricked, he gets sealed away in that same crystal for years like he just did when he came out older. But Arden is still around, and you find out that the reason Arden is immortal and evil is because he became darkness, basically. He was meant to do the same thing Noctis is doing, but he was actually good at it. And he went around and basically was so powerful that he healed people and took the darkness and the plague from them. Like, he cured them of all the darkness and plague, and he kept the darkness at bay and everything. But what he didn't know is the way that he did it doomed him. And basically, for doing the right thing and doing his destiny so